Well, what's up? Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. It is TGIF. Um, let's see here. Let me check some things out because I'm back. Before I get started, I see that y'all are popping in. I am streaming from StreamYard on today. I'm streaming from StreamYard, from YouTube. So make sure you send me um, some love, some comments so it can populate so I can see and make sure that you can hear me. So if you can hear me, send me some love so I can know. I'm going to log in really quick because I don't want to be talking and you can't hear me because that would be crazy. I've done it before. So I don't want to do it again. We're going to be talking about some really cool stuff. So, oh, I can hear myself. Okay, so hey, Coach Ronita, I see that you jumped in on here. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and find the tribe, bring the tribe in, so we can just um, get through some reflection, right? Because reflecting always helps us to go deeper, so we can what? Rise higher. The deeper you go, the higher we can climb, right? So this is what we've been working on all week. I just been bringing y'all some really hot and sexy topics, only just to raise awareness. So let's see. I don't see any comments yet. Are y'all commenting? That's the only thing I don't like about StreamYard. It really takes a minute. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time because y'all know today is Friday, and on Fridays it's my Boss Ladies of Dallas. So those of you who don't know, I am a part of a reality show that is based here in Dallas. It's called the Boss Ladies of Dallas. And if you're not already, go ahead and follow the Boss Ladies of Dallas Facebook page. You can follow us on Instagram. You can also follow us on YouTube. And guess what? The last episode will be playing today. So the last episode will be playing today, and then we'll need your help on next week in selecting which one of the participants did the best pitch, because we have something really, really, really exciting that's getting ready to come up. So if you are into positive television, if you're into empowerment, if you're also into minority women empowerment, and just watching people just do their thing. Like if that type of stuff excite you, then you would definitely want to go and like the Boss Ladies of Dallas page there on Facebook and click on the link to watch the last episode um, at 8 o'clock tonight. And I will say that they are just the episodes, so there's no commercials or anything like that. So you're literally watching 7 to 8 minutes, so it's not long. We just upload the clip for that scene, and then you're able to get into it. And if you haven't watched any of the episodes, then you can definitely go to the YouTube page and get caught up. Okay, but that ain't what I was here. But hey, when you have a platform, you can't be afraid just to share all your gifts. Like we just be shrinking when it comes to all of our masterfulness and all of our, genius self and sexy self, child. But I'm so over it. It's a great platform, and I think everybody should be aware of it. So everybody should be aware of what you're doing. So if you a coach and you sell hair products and beauty products, and you cook it on the side, child, let people know. Let people know. So anyway, I won't be on screen today because I really just want to get into what we're going to be talking about, and that is what happens if we ignore our self care. What happens? What happens when we ignore our self care? I shared a video today um, on my Facebook page, and it was a very, very powerful scene by Viola Davis, um, when she, was featured on How to Get Away with Murder. And it was, oh my gosh, it's just so heart wrenching. But then it turns into this very triumphant piece where, she's taken ownership, of her life, taken ownership of um, her destiny and her journey, just through forgiveness and through self affirmations and self love and self mantras. I mean, she's killing it. And she's at her wits' end because she feels so defeated, and she's fighting and she's fighting. And it really brought me to today, because that's what it looks like. It looks like that scene where you are just like, you've been through so much and you haven't had time to truly focus on you and resolving issues and pains that you've been harboring like all of this time. That is exactly what it looks like. It just feels like I'm operating like a robot. I really don't have emotions but for the suffering. Right? So your emotions are not even really just valid, because you only know how to operate in one or two emotions. So you just kind of stay there and you put on this smiling face, and you go to work every day, and you may be really, really good there, but you're so depleted everywhere else. And so I just want to talk about like what happens. I want us, the reason that I love personal development so much is because it reminds me of Lakendra. You gotta get your shit together, girl. You can't ignore this. It reminds me of that I have to live in the now, and when things are not going, the way that I want them to go, or if I feel like I'm being um neglected or tested or weak, I address it right then and there, because I know exactly what happens when I ignore my self-care. And like I said, self-care is such a big word that is, that's talked about on many, many platforms, but it's so much deeper than what we really know. I'm looking at this slide, and our our email address is spelled wrong. I mean, our website address is spelled wrong. So let me put the real one in here. It's Jice. It's not Jive, like Jive Turkey. It's jiceloves.org. So that's a little typo. So let me just throw that in there. So it's jiceloves.org. That's the real spelling. So are we ready? Like, do we have people that are in here? Because I can't see. If you're in here, send me some love. Let me go on real quick because once I get going, y'all, I'm going. Hey, Nappy Coach. So Nappy is here. Good, good, good. Like I said, we're streaming on 3 different channels today. So we're here. We're also in the lab. Hey, Regina. Good to see you. This is going to be really quick, y'all. It really is. We're streaming in the lab, and we're also streaming. We're streaming on YouTube. So go ahead, and I think this will be good to share this out, or to just invite somebody into the room. Invite, somebody you care about, especially if if you have anybody in your life who may not be doing well. Maybe you are their sounding board where they're always calling you, and they're expressing, I won't say complaining, right? Because complaining is such a, I don't know, it don't make me feel sexy when I say complaining. But they're always expressing their emotions to you because they don't know how to truly just grab a hold of them. And then sometimes we, as you know, the board, the soundboard, we have to be careful of the advice that we give, right? That's why I love life coaching, because life coaching teaches us that. It teaches us how to be impeccable communicators, you know, on both sides, on the listening, the receiving side, um, and you know, and then on the communicator side. And it teaches us how, you know, the things that we should say to help people to find their own answers versus giving advice. So that's why I love personal development, because it costs me nothing to do this, y'all. Like, I can do this stuff with my eyes closed. It costs me nothing. Hello, Kay Savala, all the way from the Philippines. How are you, Queen Sabala? Thank you for being here. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good for you too, Kay. So y'all go ahead and share this out, and also invite some very special people that you think need this, because I want to talk about self-care just from a different perspective. You know, I'm not talking about, you know, like, oh, you know, drink a glass of wine and, you know, watch television or take a bubble bath, or it's a little bit deeper than that. So let's get into it, okay? So what happens when we just ignore our self-care? So you're busy. Kay, you're busy. Regina, Nia, whoever else is on here, y'all are busy. I am busy, right? That word is never going to go away. We're busy. We have appointments. We have content we need to produce. Hey, Coach Sherry, thank you for being here. We have dates we need to keep, right? We have people who we're afraid to say no to. We got that. We got all these things in place. And whenever you have a minute to yourself, you can't have a minute to yourself, because you got to keep the appointments. You got to create the content, you know, for social media, so you can stay relevant. You got to keep your appointments. If you have kids, they have a life too, and you're a part of the life. If you have a spouse, if you have a significant other, you are a part of their life too. So you got to keep all of these dates and times and where you got to be and when you got to be there on top of your life too. I get it. Then you have people who you don't want to disappoint. Master Coach, I can't do that this week. I get it, right? Baby, I can't do that this week. Little child, I can't do that for you this week. Boss, I can't do that for you this week. And you're afraid to say no. Hey, Coach Mariah, thanks for being here. And you're afraid to say no to them, right? I get that. But although you may be busy, you must make time for your self-care, because your body doesn't care about any of that. Your body doesn't comprehend an appointment. It doesn't comprehend content to be produced on social media. It doesn't comprehend that. All it comprehends is, can we rest so I can do my job for you? Because when you rest, your body replenishes and rejuvenates itself when you can just rest. So there's many consequences to ignoring your self-care, right? So let's get into it. If y'all are ready to get into it, put me a one in the comment. And then I'll just go on about my business and we'll keep going. So if y'all are ready, we're not going to be here long because it's Friday. Some of y'all got paid. Some of y'all on y'all way to go out of town. Some of y'all are just like, yay, it's Friday. And I'm just ready to sit down and put some movies on and get into this self-care, like what Master Coach is talking about. So if you're ready, all right, okay, I see the ones are coming in. So that's good. Let's keep it moving then, because I don't want to keep y'all long. So what happens when we ignore our self-care? The biggest thing, y'all, is fatigue. This is the first thing that truly takes over when we lack the self-care. And it's very, 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 very dangerous when you don't get enough sleep, or you're simply working too much, you're overcommitting. It becomes dangerous to your well-being. Okay? If y'all are relating, just put relate. Just put relate in the feed. If this is you, or this is something that you have like truly blossom from, just put relate so you can connect, so you can keep your mind in, listen, child, we have graduated from this, no more of that. Or if you are still in this space, then this is when you take ownership, because you got to be able to what? The first thing is admit this is an issue for me in order for help to even take place in your life. So listen to this, y'all. When you put yourself in danger, you are no longer self-caring, and a lack of sleep, it's just not good. I take naps all throughout the day. Tired, I stop. I do not push myself to go beyond being tired, because that puts me like in a whole different state of being, and I don't even know who that person becomes. I just be like cuckoo for cocoa puffs. I'm tripping over my feet. I'm dropping things. It's like my balance is off. My flexibility is off. Like there's just so much danger that is happening. And I can only imagine us people who care for other people's well being. Because if you work a job where you care for other people's well being and you're dealing with them when you're tired, can you imagine the things that you're saying to them? Are you really able to listen to their needs when you're tired? So when you are giving them feedback, is it the right feedback that you're giving them? Just think about that. So your fatigue, your carelessness of self also affect other people if you're dealing with people who are coming up to you and they're needing you because you are a service-based business, or you are a mama, or you a daddy, or you're in a community where there's people and you have to treat people how you want to be treated, but you're tired, so you can't even offer a smile. You can't even acknowledge, you can't even have eye contact with a person that passes you by because you're fatigued and you're tired. And it could be that smile or just that acknowledgement that could like really save somebody's life. Or it could be somebody is sitting with you because you're a service-based business and you missed something very vital that they said because all you can really think about is you being tired. But the advice that you give them or the conversation that you have is very subpar, because you don't even know what the hell they talking about. If y'all can relate to that, put relate. It's okay. Let me take it a little bit deeper. But what if you have to drive a car? See, this is why I had to stop driving years ago. I had to do something radical to get out of that reckless behavior. Because when you're driving, you're tired. So now not only are you putting yourself in danger, but other people in danger because you are fatigued. And that's a big thing. So wherever you go, if you are not resting properly, you are doing a disservice to yourself and to others. So that's what happens. Okay, so woo, I had to breathe through that one. Poor relationship with others. Here's another thing. How many of us are like, we always find ourselves like having to rebuild relationships. And it doesn't matter what type of relationships. Because when you neglect your self-care, you're worn out, you're worn down, you're tired, you irritated, you don't have no energy. You look your skin either look paley or it look ashy because you have no life. And then when you feel like this, you always saying no when it comes to the time of having fun and going out and doing something other than that same old played out routine that you live every single day. Because you only have the energy to just do that. You only have the energy to get up, half-ass hygiene, make yourself look like something, and go out and be your best self. It's impossible. You can't do that. So this inability will lead to being left out. Your friends gonna stop calling you and asking you to go out. Ain't no man or ain't no woman gonna call you and ask you to go on a date because you always tired. Every time you're around somebody, you're yawning. You always discombobulated. You're barely like even paying attention because you're so tired. So people don't like being, especially people who are thriving, they don't like to be around Debbie Downers. So your friends, they stop asking. They stop asking. You ain't going to happy hour no more with them. Next thing you know, they on the whole trip. They ain't even asked me. Why? Because you're always tired and you're always busy doing things for others. But you could avoid all of this. You could avoid all this, y'all, if you would just self-care. Let's read this coming over here from Regina. This is spot on. This is exactly why I've created my community for empowerment events leaders. I serve them because I know how much they pour into the lives of so many on a transformational level. Many don't really pour back into themselves, right? Because we all over the place. We only have the capacity to do the minimum for us. So how can we be everywhere for everybody? It's impossible. Okay. So what else happens? I just want to remind y'all, remember, this is just reflection because I need for y'all to be reflecting on this because you can make it like, hear this. That's my finger popping. In just an instant, you can make change in your life. Just an instant. Because if you don't, then it's the next thing is going to be poor health. Not only are you damaging relationships, your kids don't want you to come around. They just like, shit. Mama be looking kind of, raggedy. Daddy be looking kind of raggedy. Like, we good. I don't want you coming to my game. I'm good. Friends, they like, girl, you good. Whenever you ready, you just let us know. Your homeboys be like, no, we good. We going to watch the game, catch up with us later. Your family, they ain't inviting you. It's crazy. It's just crazy everywhere. But it's even crazier when it starts to affect your health. When you're not engaging in your self-care, it affects your health. We have weight gain. We have weight loss. Like I've experienced both of them. Like when my body is in a state of stress, like I have been like a poor little tiny person, and I'm probably at my biggest now. But I still love all of this though. Poor skin. Oh, poor pH balance. I don't nobody want to talk about that. That pH balance with a woman. Oh, that's something serious for us. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Lack of self-care affects that. Frequent. You always got a cold. Your sinuses always acting up. Been there, done that. That's the reason why I became a vegetarian. I had to do something radical. Frequent. I'm talking about you getting colds, migraines. You having migraines all the time. That shit ain't normal. It ain't normal to the body. You're neglecting yourself. And self-care is going to include a lot of things, right? Then you just chilling out and sitting on your patio or on your balcony, watching the sunrise and the sunset, drinking wine. It's more than that. It's more than going outside the ground and I'm grounding. We would post them cute little old pictures and stuff. It's more than that. It's more than sitting and meditating and praying. It's more than that. It's going to cause you to have to exercise and eat properly and sleep. and really start adopting a healthy lifestyle. Do y'all hear me? If you hear me, put a 2 in the comment. Y'all come on. We almost through. I need for y'all give me some energy. I wanted to do this different today. I've been seeing my face all day. I was like, let me just let them hear my voice, because you gotta inspire yourself, y'all. We grown. I'm not teaching kids. Y'all are all grown on here. So the motivation starts within yourself. And you got to be able to find it. We so good at what we do professionally, but we suck at in our personal lives, our interpersonal. So y'all come on, be with me. Okay, what else is going to happen? You're going to blame others for your mistakes. It's everybody's fault. Well, this is, my mama did this, and this happened to me, and my boss, he just mean, and Master Coach is always asking us to engage and shit. We don't have time. Y'all know what y'all do. We're not to blame. I'm not to blame, y'all. I want the best. I want the best for my coaches. Yeah, I may be a little hard on them sometimes, but I let them be. I do. I let them be, and I get them, when I come and teach, because this is where I shine. This is where my power is. So I let them be, and I get them here. That's why go get the tribe, because wherever you need to be convicted, you're gonna be convicted. But in conviction, there is change. You see them 2 C's. When you're convicted, you can feel it. You can like just touch it inside of yourself, and then you can make change, because it's an emotion that you can recognize, and you no longer have to deny and blame others for it. So while you're in a state of poor health and fatigue, you're going to be very low vibrational in how you're interacting and processing and thinking. Like, you're not even in your conscious mindset, because there's no way that I can just take ownership of all of this. There's no way I'm taking ownership of gaining these 30 pounds, and taking ownership of losing my job, and taking ownership of not talking to my parents, or the last time I talked to my siblings. Like, no way. It's their fault. But it's never our fault. So when you ignore your self-care, it is very, very hard to take responsibility of your own life. Do you hear me? Hey, Alva. So on point. 22 is my detoxification and detoxification. Okay, I don't have my glasses on. Detoxification year, mentally, physically, spiritually, to remove all of the barriers, joyful, energetic body. Thank you, Queen. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I can't text anymore. I got it. I got you, Queen. So listen, y'all, this is serious. I'm telling you that if y'all haven't went to my page yet and saw that Viola Davis post that I put, go and watch it as soon as we get off of here. It really ignited my soul. Okay? Y'all go and watch it. So here's the thing. Here are all the things included in your self-care. Remember, I told you it's more than looking cute in your little cute robe and, sitting with your pinky up with your wine glass and sipping and talking about, oh, I'm just enjoying watching the sky. It's more than that. That's not gonna be enough for all of the pain and suffering that you've been harboring all these years. It's not enough. It's a collection of things that you got to get really serious about. Me and my best friend, just before I got on here, we were talking about it. Where am I depleted? That physical wellness, Lord. She was like, why is it so hard for us to focus on this, Lakendra? I said, because we have to prioritize these things, right? So here they are. We have people who are like, every time they turn around, it's like spiritual wellness. I'm working on this. I'm getting back with my chakras. I'm, baby, you good there. That should not be your number one focus anymore. You become your spiritual self, You've created the habit of taking care of yourself spiritually. That should not be number one on your list anymore. But you will overpower where you're strong because you don't want to face where you're weak. Do you hear me? Hey, Coach Claire, so good to see you. I've been missing you, girl. I've been waiting for you to resurface. It's good for you. It's good to see you here today. Okay, so spiritual, that's real. That's number 7 on my list. I'm on lock. Okay, environmental, right? Sometimes you gotta look at how you living. Child, add some color, add some inspiration. Especially if you can't make a physical move where you are, you definitely can make a change in your space. Do some dusting, do some decluttering. Go change some pillows out on your couch. Go buy a new comforter. Clean your closet out. Throw away some of that shit that you don't use no more in your house. Environmental is so important. That don't really take a lot of time and effort, but if you do it, it'll keep filling you up because you can literally be so high in other places, and then when you get home, you're wondering why you feel sad. Like, man, I had such a great day today, but why am I sad now? So then you spend the other 5 and 6 hours inside of your home, not even understanding what's happening to you emotionally. And that's the reason why your sleep is affected, because your environmental space needs to be cleansed. Y'all hear me? Or it could be your social wellness. Well, I'm an introvert, Master Coach. But you wasn't meant to be here alone. It's not meant for you not to have friends, people that you can fellowship with. You need fellowshipping. We need proximity. The pandemic happened. Okay, well, it's going to still happen. The vaccinated and the unvaccinated, we getting the same type of sick still. So we might as well still coexist with each other. So you got to look at your social wellness, like things that you're doing to be in proximity with other people, to engage with other people, so you can share your gifts and your energy. Like, y'all, that's all of this stuff is so important. We cannot become, what do you call them folks that just stay in the house? I can't even think of it right now. Is it hobbits? What do you call them? We can't become them and just sit in isolation. You got to get out. You got to socialize. Figure something out. Museums are quiet places. Get into that type of stuff. Go to meetup.com. I love directing my clients to meetup.com. Go to meetup.com and find those small groups where you can engage. Go find some other introverts and go engage with them, because your social wellness is so important. Your occupational wellness, what you do for a living, for your livelihood. If you hate your job, then you got to figure that part out. If it's paying your bills, then you need to, you got to figure out some gratitude for it, because you didn't hate it when you first started. So why you hate it now? So sometimes you just got to go back and revisit why you even started where you are. So you can find some gratitude, and then you start creating goals to get out, to find something different, or to start something new for yourself, right? Then you have your mental and emotional wellness. Well, we all know what that's about, because we all need some of that. They need to be up there in the top 2. What are you doing to get through all of your pain, all of your fears, your imposters? How are you dealing with this stuff? The stress, just the stress of disbalance, of being like out of balance. things that will just affect you, you know, well, I ain't cried in 2 years. That ain't normal. Crying is, you know, even in the Bible, they talked about Jesus weeping, if that's what you believe in. It's a cleansing. Why are you angry? Why are you anxious all of the time? Nervous? Just always in a hesitation to move. All that affects your mental and emotional wellness. So you gotta be able to understand and get that out, like from the core. Then you have your that goes with social, like just expanding your capacity to challenge your beliefs and your thought processing and all those type of things. So, you know, reading books and just being a part of positive conversations and not all of this negative stuff. It's so easy where, oh, you know, somebody asked me, girl, you hear what's going on with, no, not here. What you think about Kanye and his wife? I'm like, I don't know them people, so I don't know. I don't ask me anything about entertainment. I don't know. That's not my intellectual. That ain't where my intellectual property is. My what I want to own is what's going to grow me and expand me beyond my wildest dreams. Those are the places I want to have conversations or books that I want to be reading or engaging in. So your intellectual wellness is tied into even your friends and how y'all have conversations. What type of shit are y'all talking about? Is it always gossiping? Because it brings you down. I don't like negative conversations. I'm not the person to have negative conversations with when it's not going to help us to grow, both of us, right? Then it's the physical. This is where I need work at. I gotta speak it, right? I need work here, and I have to figure it out. I gotta figure it out. Why do I feel right? Why do I feel, or what beliefs am I holding on to that I can't just take control of this right now? So remember, we went over the 8 questions on yesterday. If you missed the live on yesterday, it's somewhere below here. Go and listen to it because I gave you 8 questions to challenge your beliefs of why you can't move to help you take power of your programming. Okay. So these are good. If you enjoyed these, like, ooh, man, I got some work to do. If you got some work to do, just type which one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. You don't have to type it all out, but which one of these do you have work to do in? Which one of these have you been ignoring and now it's brought back to your attention where you can reflect and say, hey, I got to make some change. Put your number in the feed. Because this is what I will say um when we ignore our self-care, it's hard to prioritize it. Y'all, it is because we are so in habit of what we do every day. We're so in habit of our own routine. We're so in habit of living a busy life. COVID saved a lot of our lives because it made us slow down. It helped us to do that. But now that the world is opening back up, we're getting back into that poor habit. And I want to challenge you not to, because you're going to go back into ignoring your self care and you're going to become a mess. You're probably already a mess, but you don't have to be, because you're going to have a very hard time of enjoying your life. I'm talking about real life. Life ain't about working every day. It's when you can, like, get outside of your comfort zone and experience things and do hobbies that you've never done before. Like, I remember when I went mountain climbing, had never done, I was scared shitless. Oh, but I was so excited. And to even see the pictures of what I accomplished, I just be in awe of myself. And I use those things to motivate me because I'd be like, look, Kendra, if you can go climb, a whole mountain with some strangers, you can get up off your tail and get this done. Or if you can go a whole sky not skydiving, but rope jumping with some complete strangers and trust them. Oh, I know that you can trust yourself. And this ain't even danger. So if we continue to ignore our self-care, it's going to be hard. It's going to be so hard to feel love and to give love and to receive love, right? It's infinite. Love is infinite. You got to be able to feel it because you have to become it. And when that happens, you can give it. And when you can give it, you can receive it. But there's a disconnect in one of these three things here, which prevents us from taking our life serious. And I just say it's self-love because we receive love all the time. And we give love all the time. But we don't feel love all of the time. We're in constant battle of just taking care of ourselves. We're in constant battle of just like taking the power and doing something radical and unapologetic to save our own soul because we're so afraid. And the worst part is you will blame someone else for all of these mistakes. I'm back here. You'll continue to blame others of why I don't even know why they planned they trip that. They know I can't afford that. Well, shit, that's your problem. I don't even know. I don't even know about why Master Coach want us to do that. We trying to build our own brand and we trying to do this and do that. But you're still struggling. Don't blame me. Don't blame him. Don't blame her. Don't blame them. Don't blame anybody. Don't even blame yourself. Just take control. It's not a blame. It's not a blaming game. It's just a lack of responsibility. Somewhere in your life, you had to be so responsible where you want to be irresponsible now. But you can't stop. It's a part of growth. It's a part of your evolution, responsibility and accountability for yourself. So we have put together in the Institute, the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. Those of you who do not know me, you've never heard this voice because you don't see my face today. But I'm the CEO and the founder of the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. And I train and certify life coaches, mental health life coaches all around the world. And I just want to help. I want to do my part in helping the world to heal, because when I meet you for the very first time, I don't want to meet your suffering. I don't want to meet your pain. I want to meet your love. I want to meet your heart. But a lot of us, we just moving around this world, just taking the suffering and the pain everywhere we go. That's why we have so much chaos in this world. So life coaching has saved my life and helping me to recognize that I need to clean my shit up and I need to be consistently cleaning it up and responsible in cleaning it up. And that's what I teach. That's what I train coaches to do. It don't really have anything to do with the business, not that first. It's accountability of self first. So we have created 5 sessions. It's our introductory sessions, the coaching. If you never had a kick-ass life coach, if you never had, if you've never been through the experience of having somebody to just accept you and meet you where you are without judgment, without trying to tell you what you need to be doing, without, invading your experiences with theirs. They're just with you, beside you on the journey as you heal and figure things out, and finally have somebody that will listen with an open heart and just be present with you. That's what life coaching really is. Not somebody giving you the answers, because I don't have the answers to your life. I can only evoke reflection in you to find your own answers and be there with you, through the process. And the process looks different for everybody. So I want you to consider life coaching if you're struggling with any of the 7 dimensions of wellness that I mentioned before. I talked about them: spiritual, mental and emotional, intellectual, physical, environmental, social, and occupational. If you're struggling with ignoring those things that are so important to your whole well-being, your whole existence on this earth, then I challenge you to go to our website, pick one of them great coaches. I don't have time. I don't have time to coach you. This is my dedication to our group here in the lab. It's just to come and bring awareness and educate, right? But 5 sessions, you can get 5 sessions. This is average. One session is $214. So you do the math. So 5 sessions for $475 you can spend to try out coaching, to take charge of your life so you can stop ignoring your self-care. And so that's my message for you today. I ain't doing nothing this weekend, y'all. I'm not coming here to talk to y'all this weekend. So I am going to be turned up this weekend because it is Super Bowl weekend. But I'll be putting some inspirational messages here, and maybe y'all can come and share. I don't have to be the only person in here sharing. Thank you. Shout out to Nappy Coach, Nia. She came in, I think it was yesterday, and she shared. Just let us know. Just come in and just do your part, because we are a community here. We are an inclusive and all, like, we accept all people in here. There's no exclusion to race, to religion, to sexual preferences, to social economic status, to anything. If you are just really wanting to be just like a really good human being, this is the place for you. And when you look down our timeline, you see a melting pot of different perspectives, of different mindsets. But one thing we have in common is our heart. Our heart is the same. So it's nothing but positivity here. It's nothing but people winning in here. It's nothing but people on a journey of self-discovery and self-love. We're all in here, and it looks different. And we have to get used to thinking outside of our own culture and outside of our own comfort zone, to accept and embrace all people that are on the same journey as you are. And that's just to be a good human being, where you can raise healthy families and live good lives. But I'm telling you, the more and more and more diversity you bring into your life, man, it's amazing of how your life expands and grows just across the board, even in self-care. So thank y'all for giving me your time today. Like I said when I first started, because this is totally from the self-care thing. If you didn't know, I'm a part of a reality show, and we're showing our very last episode tonight at 8. So the link is here in the lab. If you're here in the lab, if you're on my regular Facebook page, the link is also there. Just go click on it and follow us over at YouTube so you can watch the clip. I'm featured in there on today, so I'm so excited. And we're just empowering, it's just more empowerment and more, it's a positive movement of, having a platform for women and showing that we can all work together and help each other to grow and expand. Because I will tell you, if a woman ain't happy, her household ain't happy. If a woman ain't thriving, her household isn't thriving. So I love being a part of this platform. So y'all have a good weekend. I'm sending you positive vibes. I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you love, and I'm sending you light. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.